Oh man, yeah. That's a bigger fish, guys. Oh. That thing's got some shoulders. All right, back in that original spot. Looking nice, looking nice. Don't see a ton of tide, maybe a little bit. Oh, we got a guy in our spot. Of course. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Oh God, looks like they're down there just bait fishing. That stinks. That's the worst, man. Yeah, and there's definitely some tide moving. You can see it down there. We're actually gonna get on this jetty right here. Just fish upstream of them. Oh yeah, those guys know what they're doing. Holy smokes. Are those seriously the guys taking my spot right now? God. It's all right, we'll just fish around them. They can't even cast more than 10 feet. Start with this bigger SP minnow. We're gonna give this about 10 casts and then switch it up. All right, we're gonna switch this next cast. We're actually gonna throw on a popper, pencil popper, to give them something completely different. All right, switching to that pencil popper, Yozuri, clear. Tide's moving, man. The lure finishes about 20 yards left, or 20 yards right of where I'm casting. All right, we are gonna move further down the beach. All right, we're down the beach a ways. Still got this moving water, and we can wade up pretty far. And we got less buoys to deal with here. This is a nice spot. Change time. Pencil popper, going back in the bag. All right, we got the NLBN on now. It's gonna keep changing it up. This will allow us to fish a little bit deeper and get it out a little bit further. It's given it so freaking heavy. Got the 1.5 ounce jig head on there. And we can really chuck that. I'm not able to fish our normal jetty at this spot. Just giving it to Sunday, and there's a ton of people here, so we're stuck wading out as far as we can. We try to fish that little slip they're usually hanging out. Ooh, that was a bite, guys. That was a bite. That was fast. Something just whacked that. Something just whacked that. Yeah, look at that, the tail got thrown. All right, that's encouraging. The tail getting hooked on the hook. It doesn't usually happen without a fish. I mean, it's kind of weird for the tail to come all the way here, right? Something has to have swiped at it, had it in their mouth, and really messed with it for that to happen. So when that typically happens, you know something came for your bait. So keep doing what you're doing. Oh, there we go, guys. I let that one sink that time and just swam it right on the bottom. Figured them out. Let's go. Had to work for this guy. But he took the NLBN, man. He's swimming right for me. Come here, buddy. Little schoolie. Small, probably the smallest fish of the trip. Right at the bottom of the lip. All right, man, on the board for the day. Get out of here, bud. Took that NLBN, man. Just had to let it sink, and then we were just slow rolling it on the bottom. That's what did it. That's where they are. They're just feeding right on the bottom. All right, we know the trick now, man. We gotta let it sink. You see it slack. And then we're just slow rolling it on the bottom. This single hook on this NLBN makes it so much easier to get through these weeds too. I mean, you're still catching them, but it's not like having a treble on there or a lip. That head of the NLBN cuts through the weeds much better. Definitely the optimal choice if that's what they're feeding on and you're having to deal with this mung. But we're still getting it every cast, especially up here on the swivel. Yesterday I had taken the swivel off when we were fishing another inlet and just tied straight to the lure with the braid. It's not always my first choice, but given how bad it was yesterday, I felt it was worth it. Oh, that was a hit. There we go. He just smoked that. What we did on that one, we cast it up current and really let it sink so that we were fishing the very bottom. And he found it. He was down there feeding, man. Every time we get it down there. We figured these suckers out. Took a while, but oh, got off right there, man. That was a bigger fish. That was probably a slot. But we'll take the quick release. Better for the fish. We're gonna do the same thing, man. Get it way upstream. Let it sink for about 10 seconds because it is pretty deep out in the middle. And then we're just gonna slow roll it on the bottom. And I like to pop it a few times just to get that mung off when I feel it get heavy. You're not gonna get all of it off, but at least keeps it kind of clean. And right around there, kind of the edge of the slip, edge of where the water gets moving fast. Where they've been picking it up. Just slow rolling it on the bottom. Let it fall. That's where they are right now, I guess. Just picking bait off the bottom. Oh, there was another hit right there, baby. Come on. Come find it. Same exact spot right in front of us. right in front of us. See if my bait's still intact. Yeah, these NLBNs hold up quite well. They are very tough. I will give them that. I don't know if you guys can see this, but some of the bubbles in front of me started to move right to left. Looks like the tide is still moving in the middle, but this eddy is getting created here at this point of the tide. I wonder if that's why the fish are sitting right in front of me here. There's a clear little feeding spot for them. Oh, there we go. Number 3 on the NLBN. Oh man, yeah, that's a bigger fish, guys. Oh, that thing's got some shoulders. Oh yeah. It's the first one I've had that has run up current. Having some trouble turning this guy. Whew. Yeah. All right, Buster, get in here. This is a bigger fish, guys. I cannot turn him. I've got my heavier tackle with me today. Like, loosen the drag a little bit. We're gonna start walking this guy back towards the beach so we can get a measure on him. All right. I think it's safe to say we found him. Solid fish here. Probably overslot, man. This is a nice one. It's time to work for him, man. Just to find out where they're feeding and what they're feeding on. We eventually found a big one. Let's let him go. Whew. He is out of here. Oh, let's go. Well, that ended up being a 34-inch fish. Biggest one of the trip. I don't think we're done yet though, man. We're gonna keep going until they stop biting. Check that out, guys. That last big fish just ripped that NLBN. We've got one other replacement one we can throw on there. Actually, let's see how it's swimming. It's actually still swimming okay. We're gonna make about 10 more casts with this. These NLBNs are so tough. They're really tough plastic, and you screw them into the jig head so they don't tear off easily. They're just a really hardy bait, great for these stripers that tend to be very tough on lures, especially the heavy ones. Gotta retighten that drag for the hook set.